morning, Dr. Jackson, Sergeant Major Williams, Mr. Wiley Gray, other distinguished guest visitors. Thank you for joining us today to honor our veterans. What a great day it is to honor our veterans. We got a beautiful weather out there, and it's always a great day when we can honor those who have served, are serving, or soon will be serving. And I have the distinct pleasure of sitting in my position as the PMS at Bowie State University to have a front row seat and watching the development of our future leaders. And not just here at Bowie State University, but also at high schools all across this state. And I tell you, our future is in good hands. But as Sergeant Major said, so eloquently put, our nation didn't always recognize the service of those in our military. They didn't always recognize or were able to put a distinction between those who served and the politics surrounding the service. But we're here today when people all across the nation, all across the country, are saying thank you to those who serve. But there are two issues with these types of celebrations. One, people all across the nation say thank you whenever I walk around in uniform, so it's kind of conditional. Because I have to be in uniform for people to recognize that I serve. And two, celebrations like this are kind of fleeting. They come once a year, right? So what happens the 364 other days in a year? And that's why I wanted to talk quickly about understanding your why, understanding my why, understanding why we serve or are serving. And an author called Simon Sinek, best-selling author, who wrote Leaders Eat Last, and I recommend you pick that up. It's a great book. And he also wrote Start With Why. And it's a book about organizations understanding what they do, organizations understanding how they do it, but the most important part is understanding why organizations or individuals do what they do. And that's what I want to talk a little about, an experience I had earlier in this year. So as I was traveling to Fort Knox, Kentucky for a convention of all professors of military science, about 368 of us, we're going to convene on Fort Knox to hear from our commanding general on the direction he wanted ROTC to go. I was in the airport. I had arrived in Kentucky, and I was sitting in the lounge. They have a little ROTC lounge. Many of you have seen the USO type lounges. And I was in there by myself in civilian clothes. I was looking kind of dapper, I think, traveling. And two older ladies come in. And they asked me, I wasn't in uniform, remember that condition. People don't know I served if you're not in uniform. They asked me, do I work there? And I replied, no, I don't. I'm on my way to a convention, a conference at Fort Knox. They said, well, what do you do? And I said, well, I'm the professor of military science at Bowie State University, and I'm in charge of senior ROTC. And that big smile came on their face, and they said, that's great. We work a lot with junior ROTC, and we appreciate your service for what you do. And I said, well, thank you. It's my pleasure. And then I said, well, what do you ladies do? And they replied, well, we're Gold Star moms. And at that point, I said probably one of the most ridiculous things I could ever say in life. And they were smiling, and they said, we're Gold Star moms. And I said, well, great. Right? And if you don't know what a Gold Star mom is, it's somebody who had a soldier member that lost their life in service. And as soon as I said that, as soon as I said, well, great, I felt this feeling inside like, wow, that wasn't the right thing to say. But to my surprise, they didn't miss a beat. They were still smiling. They were saying, yes, we're Gold Star moms, and we do this with junior ROTC, and we do this with the military, and we're excited, you know, to participate and continue to serve in the military and help the military. We're proud of what we do. And we continue to have this conversation, and finally they had to catch their flights and they left, so I started thinking, wow, I said something real ridiculous, but these two older ladies were okay with that. They were kind of at peace. They were at peace with their loss. And I started to think about why I do what I do. And I realized they were at peace with their situation, and they were really excited to continue serving the military in their capacity because of what we do. Because great men and women get up every morning, right, and go PT or strap on their boots to serve. They were at peace with their situation because of how we do what we do. We live with honor. We serve with honor and distinction. We have character. And so as I started thinking about why I get up every morning, it kind of came to me is that me getting up every morning and strapping on my tennis shoes and trying to keep up with these young folks, or putting on my boots and walking miles in the woods with these young folks, and my back hurts, is because our service, what we do in the military, everybody who has served, is serving, and will serve, brings peace. It brings peace to a nation. It brings hope to a nation. In such a way that two mothers who had lost their sons in service were still excited. They didn't mind I said something stupid. They were still excited about what their sons had did. They were proud of their sons, and they were proud of the leadership and everybody who served with them. So I say, that is my why. That's why I get up every morning. That's why I still try to hang with these young folks, and they leave me in the dust every morning. That's my why. And as Mr. Hicks talked about, we're in a serious business, and mentally, it could be tough. But I submit to everybody who has served, understand your why. Understand whether you're still in the military or you already hung up the boots, you still have a why that gets you up every morning when all the celebrations are gone and people stop saying thank you for your service because they don't know you're not in uniform. Your why is what's going to sustain you every day and get you out of bed. And that's all I have to say. Thank you very much.